Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at algebraic fraction. First, what is fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole. Okay, algebraic fraction is a fraction that has numerator and denominator mixed with a letter. The letter can be anything x, y, z, a, b, like that. Now, if you look at these examples we have on the board, the first one has numerator and denominator, and they are both mixed with letters. Okay, now let's solve the first one. Solution. Number one, we have c squared minus cd over d squared minus cd. Now first, all we need to do is to factorize the numerator and also the denominator. Now how do you factorize? First, you check what is common between in the numerator. You can see c is common, so we have c which is common, and we have c minus d. This is how we factorize. When you open the bracket, you go back to this. Okay, we do the same thing in the denominator. What's common? D is common, so we have d minus c. Now, it will not be right for us to just cancel out c minus d with d minus c because they are not the same. Now, the sign is for d, so the d is carrying minus, while here the sign is for c is carrying the minus, so we cannot cancel out. All we need to do is to switch the position, and if we switch the position here, we'll have minus c plus d. They are still not the same. So what do we do? Now, what if we decide to multiply the denominator by a negative sign? That way, the sign of this c will change, while the d will have a new sign, which is minus. Of course, we can now switch and we'll have the same thing with the numerator. So let's try that. Multiply the denominator by minus. So the numerator still remains c minus d, while the denominator is being multiplied by minus. Sorry. Now the numerator is c minus d. Minus times d will give us minus d. Minus times d will give us minus d. Minus times minus c will give us plus c. And of course, the numerator still remains the same, while the denominator is minus d plus c, so we can just switch the position, so we have c minus d. And of course, this and this are the same, so they can cancel out, and we're left with minus c over d. So this is the lowest 10, because you're asked to simplify, and when you're asked to simplify, is to leave your answer in the lowest 10. Now, how do we solve number 2? We have this. If you look at this carefully, you notice that this is difference of two squares. Now, difference of two squares says if you have a squared minus b squared, this will become a minus b and a plus b. So we can quickly use the same format to solve this, meaning that we can say a is u plus w, while b is v. We can use the same format to solve that. And this, to do that, we'll be left with, using difference of two squares, we have u plus w minus v and u plus w plus v all over. We do the same thing for the second one. We have v plus w minus u and v plus w plus u. This is difference of two squares, and if you look at this very well, you discover that u plus w plus v is the same thing with v plus w plus u. The difference is just that the positions are different, but they are the same. So all we need to do is just to cancel out these two, and we'll be left with u plus w minus v over v plus w minus u. So this is the lowest term. Now how do we solve number 3? If you look at number 3 very well, discover that we can actually factorize c here in the numerator and factorize d in the denominator. It's just similar to what we did in the first example. Also factorize d here or factorize c here. But this time around, these are two algebraic fractions that are bounded together by a division sign. And of course, all we need to do is just to change the division to multiplication. And when we do that, the right hand side denominator goes up while the numerator comes down. Okay, that's all we need to do. Now let's see how we can factorize this. C is common here, so we have, this is for number 3, we have c minus d over d is common, we have d minus e. Now like I said, this will give us d minus c over c d minus e. So we have this to be c minus d over d minus e. Now we can change this to multiplication. So the right hand side, the denominator goes up. We have c d minus e over d minus c. Now if you look closely, we discover that this and this are not the same, but we have the bracket d minus e and d minus e to be the same, so we can cancel out this. Now this is c minus d, this is d minus e, they are not the same. Okay, so here we can multiply the ones that are left. And what do we have? We have c times c, so that will give us c squared. And we have c minus d left, c minus d all over. We have d times d, that will give us d squared. And we have d minus c left. Now we are not done at this point. We can still cancel out c minus d with the denominator. But remember, like the previous example we did, this and these are not the same. So we multiply the denominator by minus so that we can switch the positions of d and c. So let's quickly do that. We have c squared, c minus d. We multiply by minus, we have minus d squared c d minus c So this will give us c squared c minus d over, if we multiply this, we have minus d squared minus d plus c. Okay, so at this point, this and this can cancel out. So we're left with minus c squared over d squared. These are the few examples for algebraic fractions. If you love my channel, please subscribe, share, and drop your comments on the comment section. Thank you.